let me ask you something straight up. If you could just magically scoop out all the sugar circulating in your entire body right this second, how much do you think there'd be? A cup? Maybe a few tablespoons? What's your gut feeling? So if you guess something pretty big, hey, you're in good company. That's what most of us think, right? Especially with all the talk about high sugar diets, it just feels like our blood must be loaded with this stuff. But we're about to see how a little bit of simple math flips that idea completely on its head. And that's where this idea, this 1 teaspoon rule, comes into play. It's a really simple way to understand a stunning fact about just how incredibly delicately balanced our bodies really are. So how do we even get to that answer? Well, it's actually pretty simple. It starts with just 2 basic numbers. First, on average, you and I have about 5 liters of blood. And second, if you're metabolically healthy, a normal blood sugar level hovers right around 100 milligrams per deciliter. These are the only 2 facts we need. All right, let's crunch the numbers together. It's not complicated, I promise. So we take those 5 liters of blood and convert them. That gets us 50 deciliters. Easy. Then we just multiply those 50 deciliters by the 100 milligrams of sugar in each one. Boom, 5,000 milligrams. And what is 5,000 milligrams? Well, it's just 5 grams. So what does 5 grams of sugar actually look like? Ready for this? It's 1 single teaspoon. That is it. The total amount of sugar circulating in all 5 liters of your blood at any given moment is only about 5 grams. It's an unbelievably tiny amount that your body works tirelessly to keep just right. So, the crucial question becomes, if our baseline is that low, what happens when we eat? And that brings up a huge issue, right? This next part we're calling the carb influx. Because while our bodies are masterfully keeping things at that 1 teaspoon level, our meals, well, they tell a totally different story. And this right here just perfectly shows you the sheer scale of the challenge we're talking about. Look at this. On the left, you've got the 5 grams of sugar your entire system is built to handle. And on the right, a single bowl of rice, which has a whopping 40 to 50 grams of carbs that are going to break down into sugar. We're talking 8 to 10 times the amount your blood is meant to contain at one time. Here it is in a chart, and the difference is just wild. See that little blue bar? That's your blood's total safe capacity. And that giant orange bar next to it? Yeah, that's what a simple bowl of rice is throwing at your system all at once. It's not a gentle trickle, it's a tidal wave. So, the big, obvious question is, what on earth does your body do with all that extra sugar? If your blood can only hold 1 teaspoon, but your lunch just delivered 10, where does it all go? How does the body possibly manage that massive surplus? Well, the answer really comes down to what our blood is actually for. It's not a storage unit, it's a high-speed delivery service. This is such a key idea to grasp. High levels of sugar are actually toxic to our tissues, so your blood's #1 job is to get it out of there, fast. It's a transport highway, not a warehouse. Its job is to move fuel, not store it. So who is the hero of this story? It's insulin. Think of it like a super efficient rapid response cleanup crew. The second that wave of sugar hits, insulin rushes in, grabs that glucose, and hustles it out of the blood and safely into your cells where it can be used for energy or stored away. But what happens when that amazing system gets overwhelmed? When that cleanup crew is called out for every single meal, every single day? Well, the system can start to get tired. It gets weaker. Sugar starts hanging around in the blood for way too long, and that's when damage can slowly start to build up. It's how insulin resistance can quietly creep in. You know, this whole challenge raises a really interesting point about how we fuel our bodies. There's more than one way to power ourselves. We have 2 main fuel sources. The idea is you can choose ketones, which your body makes from fat, for a more efficient fuel. This person doesn't want to be a fat storer, they'd rather be a fat burner. It introduces this idea of a choice between 2 metabolic states. So let's break that down. On one side, you've got your carbohydrates, from stuff like rice and bread. They give you a quick burst of energy, but any extra is really easily stored away as fats. On the other side, you have ketones. Your body can make these from fat in your diet or even from your own body fat. This is presented as a more steady, sustained energy source that shifts your body into burning fat for fuel instead of constantly storing it. And that really leaves us with the big question, doesn't it? Knowing that your body is in this constant, delicate dance to manage just 1 teaspoon of sugar, how does that change the way you think about the fuel you choose every single day? It's a pretty powerful question about this amazing system, working tirelessly, 1 teaspoon at a time.